Batman issue 47 story 3 is supposedly the origin of the Batman, although we know that this is not true. Batman's origins were revealed a few issues after he first appeared in Detective Comics. My speculation being that, the Batman character was very popular, so they were like, okay, let's make him less mysterious and more relatable by showing people how he became the Batman. Then this comic that we're reviewing, Batman's solo comic, started off with a copy-paste of that origin story. So if that's the case, then you'd assume that this story that it's being advertised as the origin of the Batman would maybe show more details about it, or maybe it's a reboot. The focus of this story is to make Batman confront his origins. That face, after all these years, it's he, the face of the man who killed my parents. This is the introduction of Joe Chill. Before, he was just some unnamed thug, but now we see that Bruce memorized this man's features. This panel right here, I think is unfinished because I don't think that guy's eyes are supposed to look like that. But Bruce's eyes being overlaid on top, that is some cool shit right there. That's like anime imagery. When it comes to how he actually trained and got all his equipment to become Batman, yeah, it's literally just one panel in the middle of a page. I guess props to them for not writing themselves into a corner, because if we saw in detail everything that he did, we would be able to call bullshit on random stuff that he pulls out of his ass. So I do think it's funny that in the original story, he just kind of sees a bat and he's like, ah, yes, of course, a bat, that's what I'll become. Anyway, Batman eventually finds and confronts Joe Chill, which is, without a doubt, the single best scene in the comic so far, and I don't know when it could possibly be topped. I think it will take a long time. Chill, I want to tell you a story without an ending. Maybe you can supply it. It began some years ago in Gotham City. Thomas Wayne, his wife, and young son, Bruce, were stopped by a bandit. You said Wayne? The bandit killed Thomas Wayne. His wife died from the shock. Frightened, the cowardly killer ran away, but not before young Bruce Wayne memorized his features. Yes, Bruce Wayne can still identify you. You were that killer. Admit it. Ha! No jury would believe Wayne's identification accurate after all these years. You're bluffing. Besides, how do you know what really happened? I know because I am the son of the man you murdered. I am Bruce Wayne. If you grew up in the 2000s like me, you probably saw this scene adapted or interpreted into Batman the Brave and the Bold. And just like in The Brave and the Bold, after this, Joe Chill goes to some criminals and he's like, hey, Batman just came to me and he said that I murdered his father and that's why he became Batman. And then the criminals are like,